Reverse Bone Love. Chapter 1 Abstinence represents the first encounter with a scumbag. The famous representative of the ascetic system in the city, Sidhu Jean, is the most feared existence in the entire northern border. The handsome side face is as perfect as a carving, the eyes are cold, and there are not many words, but it is enough to shock everyone. No one dared to approach him easily, let alone tug at his heartstrings. And the heroine Chu Nishang is the representative of the scumbag who does not play cards according to the rules in the north. She is playful and sharp-tongued, and knows how to control people's hearts with smiles and seduction. She likes to challenge taboos, especially the abstinent Sidhu Jean. That night, Chu Nishang deliberately appeared at Sidhu Jean's private drinking party in a red dress, her eyes full of provocation and curiosity. She knew that she had already placed a bet on this game. Chapter 2 Flirting and Flirting. Chu Nishang took the initiative to talk, and her tone was teasing. Mr. Sidhu, such a serious is really not suitable for you. Sidhu Jean's eyes flashed slightly, but he just responded coldly, I never like to be disturbed. Chu Nishan's smile was even stronger, and she was pressing forward step by step, as if she was performing on stage. She deliberately bared her neck, and her voice was low, then I'll be an exception. Sidhu Jean didn't react immediately, but there was an undercurrent surging in those eyes. No one knew that there was a ripple in his heart. Chapter 3 The Beginning of Feelings. In the following days, Chu Nishang deliberately encountered in a place where Sidhu Jean often frequented. She always dresses brightly and her words are full of playfulness. Sidhu Jean was cold at first, but gradually found that he was always attracted to her, even if it was only a brief eye contact. One evening, the two met unexpectedly on an ancient bridge in the north. Chu Nishang suddenly stopped, looked at the flowing water, and whispered, Jean, why do you always avoid me? Sidhu Jean showed a smile for the first time, I don't understand, why do you always want to get close to me? This sentence, like a spark, ignited the emotional spark between the two. Chapter 4 Late Night Games. Finally, one night, Chu Nishang asked Sidhu Jean to come to her secret hut. She was wearing a silk pajama and laughing uncontrollably. Jean, you can't escape tonight. She whispered sultrily. Sidhu Jean's eyes were deep, and he approached step by step, then are you willing to bear the consequences? The two linger in a dimly lit room, emotions and desires intertwined. Chu Nishan's every movement seemed to tease his nerves, while Sidhu Jean was like an ice cube burned by flames, gradually melting. Chapter 5 The heroine's reversal of the account without admitting it. In the early morning of the next day, Chu Nishang suddenly changed into a smile full of indifference, and gently pushed Sidhu Jean away. Jean, I'm sorry, I'm a scumbag, flirting with you is just going against the bone and just having fun. Sidhu Jean was shocked by her words, and his face turned cold. He pushed her who wanted to escape against the corner, and his voice was low and dangerous, eat and wipe clean, don't want to be responsible. Chu Nishang stroked the side of his face with her fingers, and her eyes flashed with playfulness, I'm sorry, scumbag girl, how can you be responsible? Sidhu Jean frowned, but he was so teased by her that he couldn't extricate himself. Chapter 6 The Emotional Pole Battle. The two are locked in a silent tug-of-war. Chu Nishang used her frivolity and cynicism to cover up her inner desire, while Sidhu Jean tried to capture her true heart with coldness and persistence. They weave their way around the city at night, from quarrels to tacit understanding, from estrangement to growing closer. Every time we look at each other, it is a battlefield and a collision of hearts. Chapter 7 The Hidden Past. One day, Chu Nishang unexpectedly revealed her past of being abandoned and betrayed. This past has become the root of her scumbag attitude, and it is also the reason why she is reluctant to trust people easily. After hearing this, Sidhu Jean felt deeply guilty and distressed, and he decided to protect this seemingly fragile but strong woman with actions. underscore 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 un. Chapter 8, The Confession and Break Between the Sides. On a romantic rainy night, Sidu Zhan finally confessed his heart to Chu Nishang. Nishang, I am willing to wait for you until you are willing to trust me. Chu Nishan had tears in her eyes, but she pretended to be relaxed. Zhan, do you know? I never believed in forever. The conflict between the two was intense, and their emotions broke down for a while. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 9, Accidents in Hand. When Chu Nishang was accidentally involved in a conspiracy and his life was in danger, Sidu Zhan stepped forward desperately. This test of life and death rekindled the trust and affection between the two. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 10, True Love Against the Bone. After layers of tribulation, Chu Nishang finally took off her guard and accepted Sidu Zhan's love. The two embraced each other in the morning light and vowed to spend time together no matter what the future holds. Chapter 11, Betrayal in the Fog. Just experienced the catastrophe of life and death, Chu Nishang and Sidu Zhan's relationship seemed to be one step closer, but just as the two were about to face the future calmly, an accident pushed them into the abyss again. A mysterious man named Li Han appears in Chu Nishang's life. He has a personable demeanor, and there is a mysterious charm in his words, and he even knows how to tug at Chu Nishang's heartstrings better than Sidu Zhan. Li Han's appearance made Sidu Zhan's ascetic shell begin to crack. Chu Nishang was entangled for a moment, and couldn't help but wonder if she could really get rid of the shadow of the past, or if she was just caught in another manipulated relationship. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 12, Triangle Pull. Li Han constantly creates a romantic atmosphere around Chu Nishang, and he is good at creating gentle and delicate moments, successfully provoking the desire to be cared for in Chu Nishang's heart. Sidu Zhan felt threatened, but remained calm. He was not in a hurry or impatient, and used his usual depth and firmness to secretly protect Chu Nishan, and even arranged for close friends to secretly spy on Li Han. However, Chu Nishan's heart began to tear, and she was torn between Sidu Zhan's firmness and Li Han's gentleness. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 13, The Truth Revealed. Chu Nishang was unwilling to be pulled by the two and decided to secretly investigate Li Han's true identity. After layers of investigation, she was surprised to find that Li Han was Sidu Zhan's old acquaintance many years ago, and was even closely connected with an unresolved family feud. Li Han's intervention was not accidental, but in order to take revenge on Sidu Zhan, he deliberately designed to provoke the feelings of the two. Chu Nishang was heartbroken, but she also saw her heart clearly from it. What she really relied on was Sidu Zhan's deep and unchanging love. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 14, The Storm Comes. Unwilling to fail, Li Han carried the old hatred of his family and launched a public challenge to Sidu Zhan. At a high-class banquet, Li Han publicly exposed the dark past of the Sidu Zhan family in an attempt to shake his prestige. Sidu Zhan's face was solemn, his fists were clenched, but he still responded calmly, "The shadow of the past, I have already faced, and I will not let it ruin my present." Chu Nishang stood aside, stepped forward and defended Sidu Zhan with his own words, winning the applause of everyone and making Sidu Zhan feel unprecedented warmth. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 15, Breaking the Game Together. The two teamed up to devise a scheme, and with the help of various forces, they gradually dismantled Li Han's conspiracy. In the process, Chu Nishang showed her keen wisdom and excellent skills, while Sidu Zhan became her strongest backing with her calmness and strength. Li Han was finally forced to show up, and the two sides fought a decisive battle in a deserted courtyard. After fierce confrontation, Sidu Zhan finally defeated Li Han and sent him to justice. This is the end of the old feuds. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 16, Decisions and Commitments. After the storm subsided, Chu Nishang and Sidu Zhan returned to the ancient bridge where they first met. There was no longer temptation in the eyes of the two, only firmness. Sidu Zhan said softly, Nishang, no matter what the future holds, I am willing to accompany you through this journey. Chu Nishang nodded with a smile and gently held his hand. I am also willing, this time, no longer escaping. The two hugged each other, and the cherry blossoms fell in the wind, as if blessing their love. Chapter 17, The Beginning of Happiness. As Li Han's shadow dissipated, the relationship between Chu Nishang and Sidu Zhan gradually stabilized. They faced the ups and downs of life hand in hand, support each other, and build their own future together. Chapter 18, The Dark Tide Rises. Just when Chu Nishang and Sidu Zhan were preparing to work together to build the future, the political situation in the north was turbulent. The former hostile forces of the Sidu Zhan family quietly revived, trying to take advantage of their former family feuds to make waves in the court. Chu Nishang was keenly aware of the abnormality and decided to intervene in advance. She used the network of contacts and intelligence she had accumulated in the past to begin a secret investigation into the other party's conspiracy. Sidu Zhan made low-key adjustments to the family's interior to prepare for future storms. Chapter 19, Espionage between the two sides. During the investigation, Chu Nishang discovered that a seemingly loyal crony was actually a double agent planted by the enemy. This man has been around them for years, stealing important information. Chu Nishang and Sidu Zhan worked together to devise a countermeasure plan to expose the conspiracy of the spies one by one. In the process, the tacit understanding between the two has multiplied, and the relationship has become deeper. Chapter 20, A Thrilling Showdown. Finally, a power struggle broke out in the north. Sidu Zhan led the elite of the family to engage in a fierce confrontation with hostile forces outside the city. Chu Nishang led the intelligence force to control the enemy's movements and provide key support to Sidu Zhan. The war was tense and full of dangers, but the two men were in tune with each other and moved forward fearlessly. Chapter 21, Victory and Sacrifice. After several days of fierce fighting, Sidu Zhan managed to stabilize the situation and repel the enemy army. However, behind the victory, there are still close friends in the family who have died, which makes them deeply sad. Chu Nishang and Sidu Zhan supported each other, drew strength from their grief, and were determined to protect the peace of this land. Chapter 22, Weddings and Vows. After a short break in the north, Chu Nishang and Sidu Zhan held a grand wedding. That day, the two exchanged vows under the starry sky. No matter how things change in the world, I am willing to accompany you through every spring, summer, autumn, and winter. The guests were moved, the cherry blossom petals fell like snow, and the wedding became a story in the north. Chapter 33, A Happy Future. After marriage, Chu Nishang and Sidu Zhan worked together to govern their family and territory, reform the system, care for the people, and the northern territory ushered in prosperity and stability. Their love has been tried and tested for eternity. Trust and understanding between each other have become each other's strongest shield. Perfect ending. On a warm spring afternoon, Chu Nishang sat in the garden, recalling the ups and downs along the way. Sidu Zhan walked up to her and gently hugged her shoulders. You once said that you were a scumbag, but you changed yourself and me with love. Chu Nishang chuckled, because of you, I am willing to become a better person. The two smiled at each other, under the cherry tree, their love was endless, and time seemed to stand still. Postscript. A love story intertwined by collision and fusion. The rebelliousness and abstinence of the scumbag girl represent turned into tenderness and persistence in getting along with each other. This is a story about being brave enough to face yourself and daring to accept love and change. I hope that every reader can find their own love and strength in it, and bravely pursue happiness.